What's up, everyone? Welcome to Otaku, the place where we dive deep into anime with all the passion only true fans understand. Today, I've got a special video for you. We're going to talk about the top 6 anime with the best storytelling. And when I say storytelling, I'm not just talking about epic fight scenes or charismatic characters, but the way the narrative is built, how every detail fits together, and how it keeps you hooked until the very last episode. Get ready, because this list includes classics, hidden gems, and true legends of Japanese animation. 6. Death Note. Let's kick things off with an absolute classic. Death Note might divide opinions about its second half, but no one can deny the genius of the first part. The story follows Light Yagami, a brilliant high school student who finds a notebook that can kill anyone whose name is written in it. The premise alone is irresistible. What if you had the power to decide who lives and who dies? From there, the anime becomes a psychological chess match between Light and L, an eccentric detective who is the only one capable of matching the protagonist's intellect. The tension builds with every episode, filled with shocking twists and mind-bending strategies. What's fascinating is how the anime makes us question morality and justice. Is Light a villain or a hero? Does he really want a better world, or is he just a narcissist pretending to be a savior? Death Note exploded into pop culture thanks to its razor-sharp storytelling. Each episode ends with a cliffhanger that forces you to keep watching, and the intellectual duel between Light and L is one of the most iconic rivalries in anime history. That's why it absolutely deserves a spot on this list. 5. Monster. Now we step into darker territory. Monster is a psychological thriller based on Naoki Urasawa's manga, and it's a true masterpiece of storytelling. There are no flashy battles or superpowers here. What you get instead is pure suspense, a slow burn narrative that creates a suffocating atmosphere. The story follows Dr. Kenzo Tenma, a Japanese neurosurgeon living in Germany. One day, he makes a moral decision. Instead of operating on an influential politician, he saves a young boy's life. That single choice changes everything, because that boy grows up to become Johann Liebert, one of the coldest and most enigmatic villains ever written. The anime unfolds like a giant puzzle. Each character, each city, every small detail fits into a network of conspiracies, murders, and ethical dilemmas. Johann doesn't need to shout or fight. His silent presence alone is enough to unsettle anyone. Monster stands out because of its realism. There's nothing supernatural, just the darkest parts of humanity explored in brilliant detail. The storytelling is meticulous, like a rope being pulled tighter and tighter until it snaps. It's the kind of anime that stays in your mind long after you finish it. 4. The Tatami Galaxy. In 4th place, we've got a hidden gem, the Tatami Galaxy. This anime isn't for everyone, but those who embrace the ride never forget it. It's based on Tomihiko Morimi's novel, and directed by Masaki Yuasa, famous for his wild, innovative visual style. The story follows a nameless college student who believes he has wasted his university years. Each episode shows an alternate reality where he makes different choices, joins different clubs, meets different people, but he always ends up frustrated, feeling like he missed his chance at the perfect life. The storytelling here is brilliant because it plays with repetition. At first, it feels like you're watching the same thing over and over, but each version adds new details, new insights. It's like a life loop, showing us that the real problem isn't circumstances, but the way the protagonist deals with his own choices. Visually, the Tatami Galaxy is chaos in the best way. Rapid-fire dialogue, vibrant colors, surreal backdrops. But it all serves the narrative. The anime speaks about youth, regret, and self-discovery in a poetic and philosophical way. It's experimental storytelling at its finest, which is why it deserves this spot on the list. 3. Neon Genesis Evangelion. In 3rd place, we can't leave out Evangelion. This anime was a game changer for the industry and redefined what it means to tell a story through Japanese animation. Created by Hideaki Anno, Evangelion starts out as a mecha anime. Teenagers piloting giant robots to protect the world from mysterious beings called angels. But very quickly, you realize the focus isn't on the action. The real heart of the story lies in the characters and their traumas. Shinji, the protagonist, is an insecure, conflicted boy who's forced to take on a crushing responsibility. Throughout the series, Evangelion explores themes like depression, loneliness, fragile relationships, and even existentialism. Each character is a broken fragment of the human condition, and the storytelling is filled with metaphors, religious symbols, and heavy dialogue. The anime deconstructs the very idea of a hero and even narrative itself. The original ending is so experimental that fans are still debating it decades later. Love it or hate it, Evangelion proved that anime can be as deep and complex as cinema or literature. Full Metal Alchemist: Brotherhood. In second place, we have one of the most complete and well-crafted stories ever told, Full Metal Alchemist: Brotherhood. Faithfully adapted from Hiromu Arakawa's manga, this anime is a perfect example of how to balance action, emotion, and philosophy without leaving loose ends. The story follows brothers Edward and Alphonse Elric, who attempt to bring their mother back to life using alchemy. The experiment goes horribly wrong. Edward loses an arm and a leg, while Al loses his entire body, his soul bound to a suit of armor. From then on, they set out on a journey to find the Philosopher's Stone, to restore what they've lost. Brotherhood's storytelling is masterful because it weaves together adventure, politics, mystery, and human drama. Every arc adds something meaningful, every character has a purpose, and even the villains are complex. The homunculi, for example, represent the deadly sins and give the anime incredible symbolic depth. What makes Brotherhood shine is its balance. It delivers jaw-dropping action sequences, but also gut-wrenching emotional moments. And by the end, everything comes full circle in a satisfying, unforgettable conclusion. 1. Legend of the Galactic Heroes, and in first place, the crown goes to a true legend, Legend of the Galactic Heroes. This anime is a massive space opera with over 100 episodes, and its storytelling borders on literary brilliance. It's based on Yoshiki Tanaka's novels and is widely considered the pinnacle of mature anime. The story depicts the conflict between two galactic superpowers, the Galactic Empire and the Free Planets Alliance. On one side, you have Reinhard von Lohengram, a young ambitious man seeking to overthrow the corrupt aristocracy. On the other, Yang Wenli, a brilliant yet idealistic strategist who believes in democracy. But it's not just about epic space battles, though they're absolutely breathtaking. The anime dives into politics, philosophy, economics, and social issues. Every single character, no matter how small, is given depth and importance. And the most impressive part? The storytelling manages to juggle dozens of arcs and subplots without losing coherence. Legend of the Galactic Heroes is a study of power, ambition, loyalty, and the fragility of political systems. There are no perfect heroes, no one-dimensional villains. It's a mature narrative that respects the viewer's intelligence and shows us that in wars and revolutions, there are never victories without sacrifice. So, did you enjoy the list? These 6 anime are shining examples of how storytelling can transform a good idea into an unforgettable masterpiece. Each one has its own style, its own pace, its unique approach, but they all share one thing: the ability to tell stories that stay with us for years. If you've already seen some of these, drop a comment with your favorite. And if you haven't, take this as a recommendation. Get ready to dive into narratives that go way beyond simple entertainment. That's it for today's video here on Zen Otaku. If you enjoyed it, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss any of our content. And of course, share this with your fellow otaku friends who love amazing stories. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next time.